Pick up another you call in the parking lot Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand with the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Can you be getting roof on? Like you haul, and I know we need to go slow, but we could go faster. Maybe the best.
Hey everybody, you coming in late? Come on in. We got a lot to discuss today, and I'm trying to get on the money, get on the time, get on the money, get on the time. Hold on. Let me open this up. Okay. What you mean currently unavailable? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. No, I won't let me. There we go. Let me go to the videos. Hold on. Where is that video? Okay. Hey, okay, let's be quick. This is Married to Medicine. When we go with Married to Medicine, we're gonna go with Scotty with the baby, and why everybody is going crazy over this relationship with Lemmy and Scotty, and how really Janisha was the victim. But let's go into Married to Medicine reunion, honey. So we go into continuation of Simone telling Jackie that she can't move forward with Heavenly in the narrative of the aggressiveness and pushing. And they say, can she move forward with Jackie? She said, absolutely, but not if you can't take a stance, on right and wrong, and on the footage that you had the opportunity to see. And Heavenly say, if she did, Jackie say, what do you want? And she say, I want you, Simone say, I want you to tell me what the footage show. Did I push Heavenly like it showed? And Dr. Jackie say, from what I saw, you have not. So Heavenly chimed in, I want her to take accountability for what she did, screaming at me. That's uncalled for. And Jackie say, you did not push Heavenly. And they say that was all she needed to hear. And Evelyn said, Heavenly told myself she need to hear some more. She don't take accountability. She ain't done. Heavenly, please hush. Please, you know she gonna scream. She gonna yell. Dr. Simone gonna go off on you. Okay? So Quad sitting here laughing. And Jackie say, you are not threatening to flee. And she say, okay. She say she might be shady. Dr. Simone say she might be shady. And Dr. Jackie say, you ready to beat you. She say, oh, you gonna ask permission to touch me? And she say, you haven't had to do that before. And she said, of course. Hold on. And so, Jackie and Simone hug, and they said they love each other. And everybody say this is like, she loved that for her. And then Dr. Jackie say, you shouldn't have unfollowed me. And she say, I know. Then here come Quad. Simone, can you get your phone out and go ahead and follow Jackie back? So Andy say, first of all, round of applause. And he say he feel healed. And Dr. Simone say, you worked a miracle today, Andy. She say, I did work a miracle. And he said, child, she done called the man Phyllis. And then Andy said, now that the rest of the ladies have seen the footage, did you guys agree that Simone did not push Dr. Heavenly or get physical at all? Angel say, no, I don't think so. Dr. Mimi agreed Simone wasn't aggressive. Quad also agreed that she was not. Toya agreed. Contessa saying it's a blaring conversation. And that Heavenly's being Black Karen. And Andy say, oh, I'm learning so much. Blaring, that's nice. I like it. Teach me a new word. I like sitting here with you ladies. What else you gonna do? Shout out to Andy. Andy was like, okay, we're getting educated. So Dr. Contessa basically called out Dr. Heavenly. She said every time you start some stuff, you literally go for security. And Dr. Heavenly say, that's for you, baby. And they showed a clip where Dr. Contessa took her shoes off because she talked about her mama. And Dr. Heavenly called security. She said, that's for you. Not now other person would I call security. And then Dr. Contessa say, you using these trigger words, talk about person unhinged. And she say, what I'm saying is, what is this? And Dr. Heavenly say, I never said threatening. She was volatile. So Dr. Damon is sitting here looking. And then, Contessa's husband say, the ladies look good so far, And then Curtis say, hey, be careful how you talk about my wife. Joking. He say, I ain't say that. He said, that's the only lady on the show that's my wife. He said, if I say Jackie fine, Jackie fine. And so they start playing around. Curtis and Contessa's husband start playing around as usual. Everybody laughing. To lighten the mood. And then he say, they started talking about how Dr. Jackie like to say, hey, handsome. I'm sorry, how Contessa always say, hey, handsome, nice to meet you. And then Curtis asked Eugene, had a conversation with Jean and said, please hear me. And she said, in this group, we talked about not getting ourselves caught up in this group and not getting caught up in what our wives do in this group. We talked about that. And Curtis say Toya has perpetuated this lie. He say, which lie? He say she got on national TV and said that I put my hands on her and other women, which Toya did say on the Watch What Happened Live when Andy said that. And, Toya say she think he has his, and she still thinks that to this day. She say her being one of those individuals where he pulled her down in 2017 in his lap. She said other women has come to her and, said this. And Eugene said, I can't speak on what other women has come and said to her, but I can only speak on my wife. Now, I feel like 2017, when y'all had that reunion, y'all should have been doddled that up. We going on 10 years of that shit. We don't want to hear no more. I feel like y'all should have got panty cakes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm for real. All y'all both should have called this out and nipped this in the bud in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. It is 2026. Y'all filmed this in 2025. Why I want to hit them out? Don't bring this issue into 13. So, he's saying, she's sitting there saying, agreeing, he's agreeing with Toya, and she was agreeing like he didn't know. And Eugene say, my wife has said, and he said, you said that to me, and you recorded her, Eugene. And he say, and you telling her that lie, you tell her that lie, you supported her. He said, the lies that I had my hands on different women. He said, it was 2. He said, did I touch your wife? Yes, I did. He said, okay, thank you. That's all I wanted. And no, they're going back and forth. And Cecil say, I think we don't miss some other ish now because we sitting here arguing about something in 2017 and we in 2026. How dare y'all? So, Cecil trying to take them on to catch up, and, they miss Dr. Heavenly and Simone arguing. So, Contessa and Dr. Heavenly arguing. And, they going back and forth. Contessa say, why are you doing that? And Heavenly say she's scared of Contessa. And Andy asks Dr. Heavenly, say, when it's not the greatest look to say you felt, and he say physically threatened by her, and then say, I'm going to rip your throat off. And then she say, no, I said I was gonna whoop her ass. I didn't say her throat, her ass. And Andy say, okay, but that doesn't, he say, whoop, tell, that don't even, she said, let's talk. So Heavenly said, let's talk about the getting. What's the name? Child, she don't forgot Andy's name, child. Heavenly argued so much, she forgot his name. And so he like, what's your name? And Dr. Simone say, she don't know your name, but she has your vote. And then he said he working on it. And she said she did the right thing and she removed herself and she wasn't going on that trip. But Brandy said, but she came. And she called people liars. So then he switched and he said that how they taught for so many years how important for doctors of color, um and they're curious to see. He said, I'm curious because I want to see how you guys see of the cuts of DEI, like, what in the education department affecting doctors of color. And he said, can someone speak to that? So Dr. Simone says she would not be here if she had not been able to receive the Pell Grant and other types of aid that didn't require her to pay it back. And Contessa say if they're not showing you any preference and you unrepresented, you may not be able to get. And I'm glad he had this conversation. You might not be able to get the funding and the acceptance letter. But what is acceptance letter if you can't go? She say it's multi generational. She said her daddy was a truck driver and her mama worked at the post office. She say, so where we gonna get $400,000 to put kids in medical school? And Quad says she also like to add that it don't just stop at doctors. It's recently deemed that nurses are not medical professionals either. And Brandy say it's so many nurses that rely on them federal money in the grant, and the fact that they took that away. Let me tell y'all something. He want us to be stupid. Our reparations was denied to yesterday, and I was trying to find the strength to talk about it. Black reparations is no longer. They're trying to take away the funding for the Black community. And that's something we have to talk about. I know a lot of people want me to talk about Liv. I get that. But as a Black woman, I have to talk with my community also because we're being affected. And that's just the bottom line. But it is affecting nurses because they're saying certain nurses are not qualified or that's not a job and they save a life. They're helping save a life. Brandy say that they made that change in that designation does not only affect doctors, it's going to affect nursing. And Angel say it's going to affect the patients as well. And it's going to be a breakdown. And that's true because I have talked about when I did my political talk, and I'm going to do it on my main channel again, about how if you are in the country areas or near suburban area, it's going to affect y'all when y'all go to these hospitals. You have to go far out into the city. Imagine somebody having a stroke or a heart attack. Imagine how they might not make it. And you pray for the grace of God. If your ride is 30 minutes to a hospital, they might not make it. So, Andy say, he glad about the show and it don't shy away from real world conversations and the recent news involving Alice Preddy, who was a federal nurse. And he asked him about the protests and how doctors and nurses had a lot. He asked what was their emotions, and they were saying that it's devastating because a lot of people feel like a white man would have been protected, but because a white man died, we all are not protected, and they don't have a privilege. Nobody has a privilege, and it's scary for everybody. They talked about clinical gaps in medical care, like infant mortality in the Black community. And he asked, what is the next urgent issue, Jackie, in the medical medicine that people are not talking about enough for the patients to cover? And Jackie say they have poverty and cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, and there's been a spike in HIV house in Virginia as well in Black women. And Dr. Jackie said Atlanta has had a spike in a long time in house in Virginia. And, they are saying that they are advocating Black women to get on PrEP because PrEP isn't just for the men in the LGBTQ community, it's for everyone because PrEP helps protect you from catching the house in Virginia. They're advocating people to do that. And I've seen a lot of people get mad at Tamar. Tamar didn't lie to y'all when she told y'all how some of these men rolling. Even if a man is heterosexual and he step out, he don't know if that woman contacted from a man who done slept with somebody he don't know, probably a SW. a walker. He don't know, or a woman that cares less about her body, that she don't use protection, don't know what that man got. Some people, and I remember growing up here, oh, it was something about the men of DL. No, 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 no. There were people doing that stigma in the 80s. It came from rugs and other things to where people contacted it and they had children who had it. I remember when I hit the 90s and I think it was the 90s, early 2000s, I started getting more educated on it because BET was telling black people. BET had a segment, MTV had a segment every year where they were educating. Be careful, know your status. Maury, Jerry, Ricky Lake, everybody was talking about it. And they were saying how there were kids that was born with it. Mm-hmm. And they say it went back in the 80s after the up your nose effect, and they were, partying so hard and catching it, and then, people were just doing a lot of strange things, and then people got scared in the 80s. It's a movie called Gigi that talks about it. I said on my main channel about the movie about the girl that was born with it that was on Tubi, and she has an organization. It's in Baltimore, Maryland, and she was sleeping around. Her mother did not tell her. Her cousin called it because she slept with the same boy as her cousin. The guy she was with, who was older with her, called it, and his wife called it. Baby, trust, it goes down a breakdown of how people don't know until they children, and then they're like, oh, well, why my child feel that way? Well, and most women are catching it because they're getting anxiety. So it's not just in a community, it's different ways. So they were discussing that. And Dr. Contessa say they need to get on PrEP if they're sexual active. If you're not a committed relationship, even if you're a committed relationship and you're sexual active and you know your partner, you don't know what he's doing, get on that PrEP, baby. Get on that PrEP. That's exactly what she said. And Andy said thanks for her education. And she said, Dr. Simone said, anytime. So then we go into the husbands. The husband segment. And Eugene is talking to Andy about how Toya was asked about, some things. And Dr. Contessa say this is cringe. And Toya say this is cringy. And Eugene say he wasn't angry at the time. There's no beef with that. He say Toya still at this day is a little offended because she was pulled into somebody's lap. He called it lapgate. And he say Curtis, she say one, he didn't agree that it never happened. And Curtis say, Eugene, I'm going to beg to differ. He said Toya was on Watch What Happened Live, and Toya say women have came to her and say he had his hands on multiple women, and which is a flat out lie. And Toya say, no, I didn't. And she say, I said, I think he needs to keep his hands to himself because he's had his hands on multiple women. And she said, is that, Dr. Jackie say, is that on the show? And she say on the show or not. She say, but on the show. She say on the show is 2 and off the show is 3. And she saying, Jackie, it's all your fault anyway. And Dr. Jackie say it's not. She say, yeah, because you say he didn't do it. She say he didn't do what, baby? Like Jackie trying to understand, how was it my fault that you decided to go and watch What Happened Live and tell these people that he didn't pull? Like, how was it my fault? And she say, because he didn't put that she didn't agree to that he pulled her down in her lap, and that stuck with her all these years. And Eugene say, you cannot even admit that you pulled my wife into my lap. And Curtis say, you're not going to admit that you was perpetuated. And Eugene say, I'm not going to go with the starter. And then Curtis say he's not going to admit anything to him until he take the responsibility for himself. And he don't ever seem to do that when it comes to his wife. He said, that's the problem I have with you. And Eugene say, you like to be stubborn, that's fine. And Curtis say that I ain't being stubborn, I'm being accurate. Eugene say you saying I'm not going to admit what happened because you did this years later. And Curtis say, you know what, you're lying and I'm done with it. And Eugene say, fed up, we can be fair enough, we can be done. He say, so Andy say we can move from there. They say, let's talk about the massages on the beach. And then Andy say he looking at Damon because Damon told And Heavenly is watching this. Dr. Damon told Heavenly that he didn't get a massage, but Dr. Damon did get a massage from the Jamaican girls in Jamaica. So I just want to know what Heavenly got to say about this, because I'm confused. Want to know too, Andy, because Damon said, I thought I didn't. He said he don't remember getting a massage, and Dr. Heavenly said, you didn't get a massage, didn't you, baby? Baby, he got a whole foot and back massage from the girls, okay? And he don't get a massage. He was laying down, honey, hands under his head while she massaged them legs and them feet, okay? But hey, they was out there getting massages too on the boat. What's the difference? He worked hard too, Heavenly. So he don't get a massage unless I do it. Okay. She say she do it for him. He say Damon say, well, look, for him get a massage weekly. He say what I consider massage is on the table. And then Andy say he asked the ladies that they saw that they went through some bumps with their wives this season, and they got a lot of side eyes from Eugene got a lot of side eyes from the men about how her and him and Eugene, well, Eugene and Toya, I'm sorry, Toya, don't get mad at me. I'm just trying to find it, okay? Eugene and Toya going at it at each other, which it got a side eye for everybody. He called them Mary. He said he think that, he asked what did he mean by calling them a certain name. He said, I think that you'll be lying, in your relationship, that if you never had a long period of time, you didn't have a moment, at least you said something you didn't mean. He said, we just happen to be on TV. And Andy said, right, with a lot of people at our house at our moment. He said, there's also a couple of people that might not have been invited had this not been an all-cast event. And Dr. Mimi husband said, it sounds like a narrative that's spent to me. And Eugene said, you didn't have to comment. And he said, the blame was put on Mimi, but now you're having words with Mimi. And then Eugene said, she called out a bunch of people. He said, no, it's specific. He said, in the very moment you bees did this to me, Mimi and Heavenly. He said, that's what it was in the moment. He said, I did not hear you take accountability for that or an apology for that. And then Eugene said, there is no apology for what my wife said about your wife. And he said, okay. And like he said, from when she saw Mimi's face looked like she had a lot of judgment in it. And he saw Heavenly face had a lot of judgment in it. And Heavenly say, exactly, you blamed us. And then Mimi say, Toya, why did you blame us? And then Toya say, y'all was talking shit. She say, we were not talking shit. We would not talk about your marriage. And Mimi's husband say, I see you. I see what you do. I see who you are, and I'm going to hold accountable. The person that you are. He said, that's cool. And he called Eugene Bush. Eugene say, bro, don't do that. I said, oh my. Eugene like, don't do that. And Cecil saying, see, that ain't right. That ain't right. Come on, man. Steve, we ain't doing that. Eugene say, you've been rude all day, Steve. Cecil say, that ain't right, brother. As is. Eugene say, Steve, I've been on this stage 12 years. You just got here. Ooh. He say, and I didn't say anything. And Eugene say, the energy is off this year. You're one of the new people that's here, and I'm just putting that out there. And Steve say, I've always been very comfortable. He say, it ain't been, and we never been just rude to each other. And Curtis say, where did this start? This started in your house. No matter if he was here 2 years, 12 years, or 20 years, there's a respect goes. And Eugene say, you don't have you got an issue with my wife. I get it. I understand what you got to watch, And Curtis say he got an issue with the truth. And Eugene say, me too. And you haven't been truthful this today either. So then we go to Andy being asking Dr. Damon about his son and why he didn't tell Heavenly. And like I told y'all before, he's not going to tell his wife. Let me tell y'all something. I grew up in a house like this. Even if my mama and my daddy wasn't together, I had my sister daddy, right? There were things that I would never tell. And I put this on my life. If you grew up like this, y'all know. I would never tell my daddy or my stepdad. I would tell my mama. And there are some things I won't tell my mama. I go to my dad or my stepdad. There's some things I won't tell nothing because of how they act. That's how they go. Damon didn't tell Heavenly because he know how Heavenly is. That's like you growing up in the house, right? And let's say you're in that home, okay? Hold on. Or I tell my auntie. Like, that's just being honest. It's just like that. Like it's some things my son won't tell me. He'll tell my sister. Or he'll tell his dad. It's some things that he won't tell my sister or my dad. He'll tell me the same. It's just that way. And then people be like, "It's your husband. You gotta tell everything." I'm gonna tell you what my grandma told me. My grandma was married for years. My granddaddy told me the same. All my grandparents, my aunties, uncle said this. That's been married. You don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing because they might not be able to accept what you're going to tell them. And that is a factual. That is a truth. Okay, you tell everything, you're going to be disappointed. All right, let's continue. So then they go into asking about the viewers who didn't understand why he didn't tell Heavenly that their son Damon Jr. being locked up. And Damon say he's a quiet guy. He don't have to address everything. He say nobody know the whole story, so don't assume that you do because you see it on TV. You could best believe I handled that situation the best way I could as a father. And Andy say Heavily shared earlier about his mental health. Is there anything else you want to share about how he's doing? He said that it's been the most difficult thing that he had to do. You got somebody that you love and you close to, and if something happens, you don't know what it is. They don't know what it is, and you a doctor and you read about it over and over again. He's not a psychiatrist. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I feel like some people don't take mental health serious enough. And that's just how it is. And he was saying, "You're not a psychiatrist. You read all the books, but he didn't know what was going on. And he not prepared for that. And he'll represent for him and whatever he's going for. And if he see him now, he hear from him, when he ever decide to come home, he there. And he say that he's not seeing him. He say he hasn't seen his son. And then Andy say in Jamaica they shut the conversations down hard because he thought the subject was turning to his son. He says people in the group say stupid stuff, especially the ladies. And he say, yeah. And he say, do you feel personal issues got a lot weaponized this year? And Damon say he has felt like it got weaponized a lot this year, and the show has surprised the crap out of him. He say, but when people make up lies about me and say I'm doing things I'm not doing, and then Dr. Simone started screaming and said, "And if it tell your wife to stop doing this H&M." And Dr. Heavenly say, that's my man. And they arguing in the green screen talking, and they say opposite attract. And Dr. Contessa husband came out, and I'm glad he said you do got to realize that your wife will say anything at any time by anybody, even if it's a group member. She gonna bring it out, and she's gonna do all of that. And the ladies agreed, and she does it first. And they say that's the thing. And he's saying a lot of times it could be retaliation from what your wife has definitely said, and she said about everybody. And Dr. Damon say for the people that he feel accountable for, he apologized. He say because she's the person she is, and she's going to say things that she's going to say. He say, but I never did it. And Dr. Simone said, it doesn't matter. You're a casualty to your wife. And he say, I never disrespected nobody. And really, the truth is, the person that said they should have said they said about me shouldn't have said it. He said there was no reason for it. He don't care if you mad at Heavenly. He said I could be mad at you. He said I'm not gonna say nothing to Mimi or Jackie or anybody. He said he's not a Toya. And Cecil said, "Do you feel like any of the guys has ever disrespected or said anything to any of the wives?" And I think that's the issue. It's not the guys; it's the women. They get into it, and then we allow that to spill over into our stuff. And then, to Eugene's point earlier, we didn't used to do that. We would have discussions, and they weren't always pretty. But once we got it out of our system, we were able to move on. And we different now. And he's saying, I know that some of the stuff that the ladies have said has hurt people. It's hurt you. It hurt Curtis. It hurt Steve. And it hurt Dr. Contessa husband and Cecil. And Damon say he's not going to make the assumption that you guys, don't say anything to your wives. He said that's a fact. And you guys made the assumptions that I haven't spoken. And Dr. Damon say I've spoken to my wife. And like I said before, that should be done in private, because y'all, nobody might not like how he talked to his wife behind closed doors. That's not our business. That's not our business. And I agree with Eugene, but he say Toya did go too far. That ain't our motherfucking business. That should be done behind closed doors. That is y'all business. I don't want to know. I don't want to know y'all business. I don't want to know how you talk. Long as it ain't like Dr. G. Other than that, if y'all have y'all spats cuss each other out, that is y'all business. As long as it's not to where anybody is hurt. And Dr. Damon say they talk about everything, and if he thinking something wrong, he tells her. And don't say certain things about the guys, because when they address you in the wrong way, it becomes a whole issue. Andy said, did she take your advice? And Dr. Cecil started laughing. He said she gotten better, and everybody started laughing. And she say what? And and Steve say what Damon just did, he took accountability. And she said she done anything to offend, and I'm sorry. He said real men stand up and take accountability, even if they're not wrong. But when you don't do that, you deflect. Now we got a problem. Here come Eugene. I don't deflect. And Eugene say, and Steve say, listen, I don't know, I understand, but I didn't say you. And Eugene said that's fine. And Steve say it's very obvious. And Eugene say it's me, I suppose. And he say, hey, he said I did. He said all the hit dogs just holler, child. And they say they're gonna leave it there, and they're gonna get the ladies back out. So now they got the ladies back out, and the husbands are sitting with the wives. And Andy say this season has put the highs and lows in the marriages in some real, really questionable moments. And he's saying, Mimi and Steve, research shows that couples raising children with special needs show that they face divorce. And they do check-ins, and they have the intention of them dating each other and checking each other love languages and what she need to do and how can she serve him, and him speaking life into her. And they both feel like they don't do a good job, and they fall short constantly, and they need the reminders from each other that they are doing a good job and they are raising an amazing child regardless of special needs or not. And Dr. Contessa asked, was it hard for them to share the story, on the show? And Mimi said, absolutely. And, Mimi said every time she talk about it, she still get teared up because she knows, and being transparent, that she go to therapy every 2 weeks because she knows she has to be completely preventative because it's a battle that she's going to face, her entire life with her son. And so Simone said, and then he asked Simone, Andy turned attention to Simone and said her biggest complaint was feeling like the men in her life weren't supporting her. She was working and paying for everyone and everything. And he asked, has it changed? And she said there's a slight misconception that she's paying all Cecil bills. And she said Cecil has 2 jobs. She's not paying any of his bills. And Toya said, we don't think you would do that. I know she not. And Simone said they split household bills. And he asked her, did she cut the boys off? And she said, not so, because she's making gradual changes and they're creating boundaries, but it's a gradual process. And he said, as a parent, seeing how Michael, um, and seeing what he said to her, and she said Michael is spoiled, very spoiled. And Andy said it was a little jarring to see it. And he said he does. Michael said he does have a mother who makes pretty good money. And he said your mom was not able to do the things for you that you can do for us. And Dr. Jackie says, Simone, I think you just need a Cecil to help you in that battle. She said, I just need Cecil on the days I'm coming in with no. I need Cecil to show up as your mom and I had a discussion and we don't agree with this, versus throwing her under the bus and she don't know that he knew the level of how it was hurting her. And Andy asked, does he know now? And Dr. Simone said, of course he knows. And then he said, Curtis, he went to Curtis and say he sparked backlash when he told King that their fertility struggles were out of order. And, you know, people felt like he was crossing the line, and Curtis said he didn't understand the magnitude of the struggle that they were having with the process. So he did apologize to Quad and say if he ever offended her or said anything in a form of fashion. And Quad said yes. Dr. Heavenly said that's how you take accountability. You did something wrong. And Quad says she accepted his apology when he came to her at the Met Gala. She said, you know, we're living an unconventional life and we're now in a modern time and where women by themselves can have children. She said, so we just didn't want to feel like we were being judged. And Dr. Jackie said she was happy that Curtis took ownership for it and talked to Quad and King and moved forward. So then we go about the Met Gala and how Andy said that it brought so much drama this year and how he was curious with Steve to why he felt like Eugene making him pay wasn't fair. He said, isn't it a charity event? Like, you know, everybody giving money to the same pot. And Steve said, no, that's not the case. He said it was very strategic. And Dr. Mimi said it was. He said it was targeted. Went to the clip to where he asked where they're going to buy a ticket. And he said it was very intentional and it didn't have nothing to do about a ticket. It does, because Portia didn't, Toya didn't pay to get in last year. Toya didn't pay. I'm just being honest. I love Toya. Toya didn't pay. She didn't pay. But anywho, but Toya say she had to pay to get in, and Contessa say you got to pay to get in it. And you know, like Steve said, they didn't give anything last year, and they want to hide behind before they give me something. And Toya say you don't know what he's talking about. Steve say he didn't give anything, and they say Jackie shaking her head and saying yeah that they gave something, and Toya saying have some accountability, and Dr. Heavily say they just lie. And so Dr. Mimi is stopping him, and Toya telling him to stop talking. And she saying, you know nothing about the finances of the Met Gala. And Steve say we gave more in 1 year than they given in 3. And Dr. say, absolutely, that is a fact. And they say they were strategically targeted. And Toya was like, they wasn't. And then she said, Eugene deflected again and won't take accountability. And Eugene is just sitting there. He said, I thought I took more accountability for you to pay to get in. And you say you can't hold people to a standard that you don't hold a standard to. He said you want Damon to apologize for Heavenly, but you can't apologize for your wife, and that's not right. And that's not men do. And then Toya say nobody asked it to Toya, you know. And Dr. Simone says she understands his perspective from the Met Gala. She say, however, if someone is throwing a gathering, they have the right to turn you away. She say we have seen it numerous times, and Dr. Mimi said hold everybody to the same standard, and Dr. Simone said that she did. She did hold everybody, and they said no, she didn't, and they said she did. She rolled up on everybody. And Dr. Simone said I paid the money that she required from us and brought 10 tickets. And when I 10 tickets, and when I got there, she wrote up on me. She said it was very targeted, very intentional. And Mimi said it was something about her presence. Their presence irritates their insecurities that they may have. And a lot of people is kind of agreeing and disagreeing. And Contessa, they say this was supposed to be for us, the lady of Married to Medicine, and somehow or another it became the Eugene and Toya show. This is what Dr. Contessa saying. It became the Eugene and Toya show. And Contessa, and he looking at, oh, really? And Contessa said, and Eugene, I'm going to be honestly say, you should have not been anything but a guest that night. You should have been talking to people other than greeting and accosting people at the door. And if anything had to say anything that had a ticket or didn't, only people that really should have known is all of us. They had already said, all the women said, text message, they wasn't sure what was going on. And she say, oh, Toya. And Toya chimes in and she says, the bottom line is we had an event for the last 3 years. For the first year, Jackie did not share any details of the event. She asked for money only, period. The second year, she did not share the details with everyone at the event, but she asked for money only. She said the third year, she did the same thing. This same thing, Jackie. And she said, no matter what your feelings were, at the end of the day, all you had to do was give to charity event in a $5,000 bowl or a $5,000 donation. And Dr. Heavenly say it wasn't transparent this year. We don't know what she gave this year. She talking about what somebody could have did. We don't know what she gave this year. And she say she full of it. And Eugene say, can I say something? So Eugene is trying to talk, but all the ladies are talking because they're asking, did she even donate or to anything? And Eugene trying to, and then Dr. Mimi is arguing with Toya about it. So Eugene is trying to cancel everybody out so he can say something. So everybody's going back and forth. And Eugene is trying to calm his wife down. She's saying, why nobody contribute to nothing? And everybody is going at it. Everybody's arguing back and forth of who did what, who did nothing. Quad had to say, listen and hold her finger up. And because Eugene is trying to talk. So Quad said, can everybody stop it, please? Like, hands down, let Eugene talk. Why are y'all doing this? Stop it. And Eugene said, respectfully, Quad said, respectfully, please. So Eugene said the only reason why he got involved because they were at a deadline. And she said, I'm going to look like a fool if I don't get this done. This is important to me. Toya said, nobody is helping me. We had a young lady at the door who was checking and seeing who was on the list that brought tickets. He said he told her, and let somebody... let me know if somebody come in that's not on the list. Contessa said she didn't tell nobody. And he said, because I was helping, that's why. They say they didn't ask him to help. Toya could have did that. So she say Toya called out again. He say, Toya, Contessa say, I asked you plenty of times, do you need my help? And it's in a text message. And Toya said you did and got the lab coat with the text message. Everybody was saying they want to know what was going on. So Quad said what has happened and transpired over the years is that Toya, you failed to think and remember and to understand that this was for all of us. She said there were a number of people who felt the type of way. We didn't like how it transpired when Toya didn't give, and people were saying to her, Toya, this is not a Jackie event. This is our event. And Toya said they still paid nothing. Toya, you can't say that because they donated as well. And Steve said he felt like they were being, and Mimi said they felt like they were ambushed at the door and they wanted to pay. And so, the Bush is laughing at Steve and Mimi. And Dr. Jackie Andy asked Dr. Jackie, why is it so hard for the group to come together at this event? And she said, I think it's how we started. And, it's the two of them trying to do it and not getting the support from the entire group. But what she can say to make this positive is that the 5 ones and threes is about 30 days from final. And it is a true foundation that will benefit nurses, medical professionals, and and Toya said the 5013. She said, and the 5013C event was my idea. He said, oh wow. She said, the 5013C was her idea to donate to the nurses and stuff. And he said, oh wow, Toya, you did, that's great. She said, thank you. And Jackie said, absolutely. And Dr. Jackie, wait a minute. So Andy said, next year when you plan it, will you reach out to me? That's what he told Dr. Jackie. So I can donate as well. And say, absolutely. So then we go to just the ladies, and he's closing out the season. He said another roller coaster season has come to an end. He asked Angel what she would take from this experience. First of all, I hope Angel is coming back. I like seeing Angel on the screen. Her and Duffy going at it was so cute, so funny. I'm sorry. Duffy say, and you a video hoe. Angel say, and I can't, okay, so you scribble on ones and twos. I say, wait a minute, wait. And so I was glad to see her. So I knew Angel was gonna bring it, but he did ask Angel what she took for her first season on the show. And Angel say she had met some amazing women. They're intelligent, beautiful, successful women of color, and she loved being in a space with them. And she wanted to say thank you. And Brandy, she says it's really been an amazing experience, and it's a lot as a new person and a lot of personalities, but she say honestly it's been a great experience. Toya, he asked Toya what's one thing she want this group to better understand about her. She say the one thing I want them to understand is that she's going to fight for the truth. She will apologize, and she say it hurts sometimes to do that, but she will. And she said that she don't hold grudges, but she does get upset, and that's all. And then Heavenly say the next time we'll get together, will you be a sitting member of Congress? And she say absolutely, and that is true. Heavenly did win. She did. She won. Now Heavenly, I know being in Congress, it's a lot of people that's going to be a little feisty with you as a Black woman, but don't tell them, yo. Oh, don't be so messy. But I see where you going with this. Hell, they be taking the gloves off. Shit, go ahead and show you got proof. We saw you. Go ahead. Because they be lying. Just go ahead. I'm sorry. I have to put it out there. It needs a little shade because they act like they so high and mighty. We're with them and be the main ones out here. Scandalous, grinder, counts unhitting traffic. It's a lot they've been doing. But yeah. So, they say if she's elected, she would have to leave the show. And she says she's not closing any doors. But if that's the thought, and Contessa said, I guess it's goodbye, huh? And everybody started laughing. And Andy say, you try to rap her out right now? And she say, you going to win. And she say, this is goodbye. This was a good one. And they start laughing. And then Simone asked if Simone get the clarity that she needed tonight, specifically with Heavenly and Jackie. And Dr. Simone say, Jackie, thank you so much for putting our friendship in a place that lets me know that you value our friendship. And more than anything, it's obvious sometimes. And she say, for Heavenly, let me say this to you. He say, everybody start laughing. I'm laughing too. And she say, Andy, I don't like the eye rolling. Well, girl, Dr. Simone, we ain't got no choice because we trying to figure out where we going with this. Do I need to put the car in sports mode? What are we doing? Will it be needed, much needed, extra tequila, Casamigos in the margarita? What are we doing? he say he's worried. I'm worried too. And she say, let me say this to you, Heavenly. To have someone on social media dragging the fact that we have had real moments on this show is hurtful. And Dr. Heavenly say it is very hurtful when you say things that are not true about my husband. When you attack my man, that's a problem for me. And Dr. Simone say, yes, yes. You have said so many things, Heavenly. You have assassinated so many characters. Nothing has been done to you that you didn't do first. And Dr. Heavenly said, we've done things to each other. And Dr. Simone said, and Dr. Heavenly say, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And Dr. Heavenly say, and she said, Dr. Heavenly say that you feel like you put your business on TV that I would never do. And Dr. Contessa say, what? And Dr. Simone said, baby, I was here before you got here, and I'm going to be here, Lord have mercy, after you leave. Oh my Lord, we need the extra 2-3 extra shots of tequila in the margarita. Oh my God. And then, Dr. Simone say she wish you, and she say, I wish you and Damon the best. And Dr. Heavenly say, I wish you and Cecil the best. And Andy say, okay, let's end this. Let's end it on a best wishes. Okay. And then Dr. Jackie is telling her to stop. And she talks like, look at your friend over there. So then he asked Dr. Jackie, how does she look back on this season and move forward to the future? And Dr. Jackie says she wants them to operate in love, and they can do it. They can come together and make a difference. And you're never going to get rid of her. She told Dr. Simone, you're never going to get rid of me. Dr. Simone said, I know. Long as you know, girl. She say, so you might as well put me on the friend list. And she say, Dr. Simone said, I need to get that back together. And she did follow her back. Okay. She pulled her phone out. She did not block her, but she unfollowed her. She say, oh no, there are some people here blocked, but not her, ever, ever. And then Quad, he asked Quad about, a few years she felt like she was an outsider shunned by the group. And it runs his heart to see her with everybody. And it warms his heart to see her with everybody. And, does she really want to be there? She says she's happy that they see her for who she is. And she's staying with each and every last woman on the couches, and they know not to play with her. Okay, they know not to play with them. Now, Quad, I have a question, beautiful. Is that towards Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because we know the premiere is next Sunday, and we know y'all like to tussle about the Raiders and them trips. But it's crazy y'all do that because y'all friends. I guess it's a little cute, but anyway. And she say that's her family, and it is what it is. And he asked why she emotional. And she say she emotional because she's about the group, because she came through the trenches with them. And, look at where she at now. And she's just happy that people know and understand that she's staying for everybody there. They're going to fight. They're going to duke it out. They're going to do all the things, but don't step to them together. Angel say, we love you, Quiet. We know you and Angel love each other. I've been seeing you, Angel, and Yandy out in Africa. I'm early. No Dirty December. Okay, I won't talk about it. But I hope I do see y'all in Dirty December in the next, what we in? 6 months? Yeah, it'll be April 1st tomorrow. 6 months? I hope I see y'all out there too, because I'm trying to get out there. But yeah, she say love you too. And she say she love everybody. And Contessa say, man or no man, you got it. And then he brought out the champagne flutes. And he wanted to ask Toya to lead all in the toast. And she said, okay, that's easy. As long as Mimi don't come being judged. And then Dr. Mimi say, we do with champagne. I think Toya and Mimi will grow next season. I think we're going to see something different with these two. I feel it. So, everybody, grab their flutes. And he asked her to bring season 12 to a landing. And she said, season 12, she said, wow, you ladies are inspirational. And just going into season 13, she said, let's not forget that season 13 So, and being inspirational. So we know they gave a cheers and they closed it out. Now this is my question. We know that we know that Dr. Mariah did. Somebody asked Mariah, and she said she don't think she's ready to come back, but I have a feeling that she might end up coming back. I do. I don't know why I feel like that. But working. If Nene could come back, Mariah is open to coming back. Mariah, can you please, girl, please? Oh Lord, let's get into. Oh Jesus, hold on. Let me go take a bathroom break. I'm gonna play some music. Child, I'm a little concerned. First, I told y'all about these two. I knew it. We gonna get into it. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. Let me go use the bathroom. Give me 2 minutes. Oh Lord. Lord Jesus, take the wheel, Lord. I'm back. Ooh, Lord. Okay. I was a little iffy on this relationship. I remember I saw shout out to Harmony Speaks. She talked about this. I've talked about this and how we were concerned about the situation, right? I felt like we didn't know everything about this relationship that they had. We were privy to how they got together. It was told about. So when I saw the show, I said, I'm not watching that shit. I'm not watching that. But some say, no, watch it. So let's get into it. We open up with the baby, not the baby gender reveal. And we get a clips of how Scotty started from basically, Scotty started from the baddies and all of that stuff and how she became with Lemmy, that's her man, and how we left off Baddies USA. And we go into the gender reveal where Natalie was saying some things, and it was very weird to see Natalie say some great things because of the spot that they're in. Rolly saying some good things and crying and said she's been duking it out with them. And then we met Scotty's mom and her stepdad and how he look he looks at Scotty as his daughter, right? Like that's always going to be. And he also specified to say that he's he's happy for her, and he's happy that she is going to have a baby. And he said when he first met him, he said, listen, take care of my baby, because even though I'm her stepdad, it's still my baby. She calls him dad. And then we go into his grandmother who led into his mother who led into prayer. And she says she don't like what the company stand for, but she gonna stand with her son. You know, that's her son. So then we go when they went into prayer, and we went and find out that she is having a girl. Now, and they are well ready for the little girl. Everyone was happy. Everyone was excited. And then we go into her the next morning. She's getting ready, brushing her teeth, getting him together, doing her baby hair. She asked for a toothbrush for her baby hairs, and stuff. And they're having conversation. He goes, "You're a white girl. You don't take baths." She said, "Lemmy, I take baths. Lemmy, please. I take baths." So he went into Chat GPT and asked, he was like, "No, girl, you white." She say, "I'm not white, I'm black. I take baths." He was like, "Girl, you white." He go to ask his GPT, his Chat GPT, which he has this little voice thing, right? He asks, and Chat GPT said it's not really a common thing to ask, like, or people think about. And Scotty say, see, he's sick of you already. Now, while I'm watching this on the app, I'm looking to the comments. Y'all hell. And we see that we see that everybody talking about, so that when he write them a long ass, I'm sorry. They say when he write them long behind statements, that's who be writing for him. I say, y'all ain't crap. Oh God. So then we go and they get ready for the doctor appointment. They get in the car. He's talking about only God can do it. Why black people saying like this. Scotty got music in her phone, tuning him out. He's sitting here talking about it. She's saying, as they ride to the doctor's office. So then they meet the doctor. He asks, "Is she okay? Is anything stressing her out?" She say, "Yeah, Lemmy stresses me out." He like, "Really?" She say, "Yeah, he stresses me out. Other than that, Lemmy." So then they check on the baby. They do a sonogram. And then she tells, she's talking to the doctor. Lemmy asks about the baby moon. And she said, she said, "We're traveling to Thailand. Is there anything that we need to know as she does this travel to Thailand, being pregnant?" He said the only thing, to make it comfortable for her, she can travel on this baby moon. No stress. Make sure it's great. Okay, cool. So then we go into the next day. She's sitting in there getting clothes together for the trip. And excuse me, y'all. So the conversation was brought up about her wanting to bring the friends. He said, "Okay, cool," but he invited the brother. Now, her friend Aaliyah, who we meet is extra, was invited by Scotty. The friend Aaliyah dated the brother. Had a relationship that Lemmy invited on the trip. It's Aaliyah. I forgot the other girl name. Serafina. Oh, I'm gonna name my daughter that. That's a cute name. I love Serafina. Actually from a movie. Bobby Lights, Lemmy friends, and Scotty brother. Okay. So it's total of like 8-9 people. So they had a long flight. They go ahead and fly out. Before they fly out, my bad, we finna get to the meat and potatoes of the port. See, because there was a lot of shit in here that I saw. I say, oh shit. They have a conversation. Let me see if I can play a little bit of this conversation. I want you to see. They had a conversation about her going through his phone. And she said, "What's wrong with me going through your phone? You go through mine." And it came off that he said when they first got together, before it got public, Scotty was dating somebody. Lemmy was dating with Janisha. He said that he was in a 7-year relationship and he could not be himself. Let me play a little bit. Hold on. Let me just play the audio.
I don't need to kind of was in a 7-year relationship with Janisha, right? I don't need to kind of unpack and get into the minutiae and nuances of all of that. That was on me, and I say that wholeheartedly. I made my own decisions, and I'm okay with that. And I was happy with the decision that I made with you, and I don't regret it. I don't feel guilty about it. I don't feel as though I made the wrong decision. I feel like I made the right decision. As I went from that relationship to immediately being in this public relationship with you, I was dating, not only dating you, dating other people. And that's what happens when people break up. You had your own situations. You were talking.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
That's what happened.
Right. When we were together, the difference was you told me you were just with me. But the reality is I found out you weren't.
Okay.
So my thing is, and it's okay. So we got past that.
I mean,
we got
when
past
you
that
date
last year.
someone, you go through dating.
Well, you weren't. Well, we were in a different type of situation. You told me one thing, so I believed you.
Okay. Well,
I told you another thing, and that was
you were
the
withholding
difference.
information, and
No,
I
wasn't
was withholding information as well. But
Okay.
we're not going to backtrack.
Was in a 7-year relationship with Janisha, right? I don't need to kind of unpack.
So he tells her that she was his choice. I'm gonna let you hear it.
I can't make this shit up. Let me set up in Scotty's face and said, "You're my main bitch." Yes, I have side bitches. I literally left my main bitch for you. I was in a 7-year relationship before you did. Immediately after I left her, I went public with you. I chose you over her. I don't regret it. I can be me with you. This is why I picked you. I don't have to hear all the nagging or arguing because you was okay with this. You know what you signed up for. So is something changed? Scotty like, yeah, I'm having a baby by you, nigga. He like, okay, but you said you was gonna wait for me to find myself, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. People be acting like that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying. Now you want to switch up because you got a baby that we planned together? Like, bro, like stop fucking playing with me, bro. Like, are you gonna be with me or not? Are you gonna choose me for me or what? Like, why I always gotta over explain myself with you, bro? No lie, that's exactly how it went. I can't make this shit up.
That's exactly how it went. So after that, oh yeah, we're gonna get into those. That episode showed a lot. And on top of that, Janisha is a producer of the show, which is messy as hell, and she the EP of her own show. Scotty the EP over it. So after that, they had that discussion. He asked her stylist, was he listening? He said no. They go ahead. Everything is packed. They get on that long flight. They get off, and her and Serafina get into it because Serafina told Scotty brother that he needs to have Botox. And she said, don't say that about my brother. That is my brother. And, you know, they get into a little disagreement. And then she talked to Aaliyah and asked, why do you say stuff like that? Like, you know he gonna be here, blase squaze. So they all get to the hotel and they all meet up. It's daytime when they got there. You know, she lay down, jet lag, and she asked Lemmy to help stretch her legs and stuff because of the fact is that, you know, she just got jet lag. So Lemmy decides to ask her, she said, you always think everything is a joke. Just help me out. I don't need your help. You don't have to do anything. You don't take nothing seriously. He was like, I am, baby. I'm taking everything seriously. And then he said, well, can I go hang out with my friends and have a hangover moment? She said, you're hanging out with me and your friends. Another thing, she's doing that because they just had a conversation about the cheating, and it seems like he's telling her that he still has some dealings with other people. And then on top of that, she said, you know what? No, you're gonna hang with me and your friends. That's great to have a hangover moment. She was like, yeah, well, he was like, I just want to hang with just me and my friends. She said, no, Lemmy, it's me, you, and my friends and your friends. And he asked her what happened between her friends and about why she went off. And she told him why. Now they go ahead, get dressed to go out. He hadn't been back to change all day. He was supposed to hang out with her. He had to go to work, had to go handle some business. So they go and they get changed. She get cute. She's ready to go out. She's talking to Bobby, and Bobby was like, you can't be mad. You know, all that situation. Y'all, we here for Scotty. This is a baby moon for her. And all that you mad about the boyfriend, that gotta stop and all this and that. And it was like, well, who was with what? And then Serafina brought up that Scotty brother tried to talk to her while they was in high school. That didn't work. But then Aaliyah brought up they was in a relationship. So there was some tension going on there. So they all go out for New Year's Eve to celebrate. Lemmy is upset. Lemmy and Scotty get into an argument because Lemmy say he lost some money. He got a club. He ain't get home and change, and he lost a lot of money trying to get this together. And he's upset about it. And she said, I understand that you upset, but I'm here for you. You know, you don't have to be upset. I understand you upset. I understand you lost some money. He was like, I lost money, this and that, blase, squaze. And she was like, I understand it, Lemmy. She said, okay, Lemmy. All right, whatever. Okay. So then after that situation that happened.
I'm just saying emotional part.
Yes.
No, I'll play that in a minute. I'll play what I got in a minute after we finish this review. And then, child, she told Aaliyah. Leah was like, oh, this club is boring. I don't like this club. It ain't popping. Scotty was like, listen, don't do that. Lemmy just lost money. Don't do all of that. Like, he didn't have to put this together. We can make it fun. We can have a good time. Oh, I'm just saying. She was like, don't say it. Well, you can't tell me what to say. What I say, don't say that. So as everybody partying, Aaliyah just get into it with the brother again. They walk out, and child, Scotty was about to tell her up, and she steady going and screaming. So Bobby was like, you got one more time? Because Bobby told her, he said, I don't fight females, I mace them. And so they're getting into it over trying to mess it up. And then when we left off, her and Scotty was arguing. Everybody was trying to separate them through the parking lot. I said, what is this? Now I want to play another part of that conversation with Scotty and Lemmy, and then we're going to go into some other stuff, and then I'm going to get on out of here.
I would like for you to step up a little more.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Fair enough. Can I express what I would like from you? Or does it not matter?
Yeah, it always matters.
Okay. You said you support me and my lifestyle.
Can we not like go back?
No, I'm asking you, is that something that you do support? Do you understand what you said that you're comfortable with? How I lived my life when we first started talking to today?
I mean, yeah, it's different now because I have a kid on the way, and I'm not just thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my daughter as well. So things change.
Okay. And so you're changing now. So you're changing what you were comfortable with and what we kind of as humans agreed to. So I guess
I just don't want any disappointment or any type of embarrassment when it comes to my daughter. That's it.
I'm giving
I'm just saying.
Okay. Now a lot of people felt some type of way.
You are like my heart, my person.
I love you too, man.
You are the mother of my child. You are beautiful inside and out.
First of all, when I told y'all he said he is not a modern day man, I already knew that this was coming. That man told her when he told y'all if he married her or not, he don't know. He's not a modern day man.
I look forward to spending so much more life with you. But with that being said, I also realize that, things are changing, things are evolving. And I think that people can be in more customizable relationships. And I think that's a good thing. That could go for you, that could go for me. I think having these customizable relationships are key to having successful relationships in the future. What works for you, what works for me is important. And we have to communicate and we have to talk about those things.
I'm going to start customizing my relationship.
Okay, so what are some things that you want to customize?
I'm going to jot it down and then
I don't think there's a one size fits all. I do.
He wants a customized relationship with Scotty to have freedom and to avoid a commitment. She's never getting a ring from him. And I said this, and a lot of people were mad at me. He's not going to give her a ring. Now, we all said that she won't. I don't think it'll be made to the altar. And this is where I'm going to tell you when she got this ring. So yesterday, this happened.
I really want to kick Jimmy in his butt.
Should I go get another Prosecco? Should I go get another Prosecco?
Let me tell you, he leaving. Nigga ain't leaving my side. I want to see it. He ain't leaving me here. Put that in the bag.
Yes, he said a customized relationship. Yeah. When they got together, Scotty was in a relationship. He was in a relationship. He didn't tell her she had something going on. She didn't tell him he had something going on. She knew he had something going on with Janisha, and then that's when they made it. Yeah.
Put that in the bag. Put that in the bag. Put that in the bag. I see Apple Jacks. They said they see Apple Jacks. The messy one. It's time to go now. Yeah, he's mean. I really want to kick Jimmy in his butt.
Child. So she got some gifts after this episode.
Scotty, what do you have to say to your
she
fans?
got a ring.
I love you guys very much.
Do you love me? That's what they want to know.
Of course I love you.
They don't think you love me.
No.
Y'all really don't think she loves me? Y'all don't think I love her? Y'all don't think she loves me?
I'm having your baby.
Exactly. Just think about that. No, we're not. Hold on. Let me just make this clear. We're not in an open relationship. Okay? We're not in an open relationship. Can you please confirm that for them?
You said customizable. So
Customizable and open.
You're open. I'm open.
No, you're not open. You're gonna open them legs for me.
She got a gift after that episode in a ring. And a lot of people is like, so we gonna see she gonna get a lot of gifts on this show for the embarrassment, and it seems like, and this is what people feel, she gets a gift every time he embarrasses her, and a lot of people agree she's gonna get a gift every time. How many gifts can you get before it get old?
Only.
Mom.
Mom is crazy.
Dad. I call mom because Dad's 6'8".
They saying you just the baby mama. No, she's not just the baby mama. She's my baby mama.
That part.
My only baby mama. Okay? That's it. We don't have another baby together. We already working on it.
A boy next. Yeah, a mini Lemmy.
Guys, you have no idea. I treat Scotty amazing. I am so kind. I'm so generous to her. I want her to have the best of the best. You guys have no idea what look, I just bought her 5 Chanel bags today. What?
And the way that they cheering it on, it scares me for her. Because, oh yeah, girl, have this, and I'm kind of like, I'm scared for her. I really am. I'm scared for her like the rest of everybody else. Because the cheering on to have another with a custom.
Okay, she said, where else at? Say less. Hold on. See, this is her premiere gift from the Zeus Network and myself. This is her premiere gift. She doesn't care about what I do. She didn't give me one gift. But it's okay. I just want her to be happy. Oh, hold on, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, Tyler. I hate to have you. Hold on, you said where's what? You see what I'm saying? She just said where's what? No, we're not opening it on camera. Since you want to do your open gifts with camera, no, we're doing it on my live. Since they want to pay me as a villain, we're doing. Here, I'm opening. You don't want to open any of them? No, I see. You never want to give me a kiss on camera.
What?
That's crazy. She never wants to kiss me. That's why y'all see me going like this, because she never wants to kiss me. Watch. What? I'm trying to give you some time.
I have to burp.
You see what I'm saying? I'm over it. She doesn't love you guys.
I do love you. You get on my nerves sometimes. We're going.
Scotty, what do you have to say to your
her mom?
Entertaining.
What was your favorite part, Mom? What was your favorite part?
I don't know. It was all good. Look at Jody.
Jody's crazy.
Ooh, that's
My favorite part was, this is the lamest club in America.
Right.
And we were in Thailand.
Right.
That shit was, that's mine.
Scotty, stop taking. They don't
Now sing a song.
sing my
Now
song.
sing a song.
A lot of people feel like this is Lemmy show and not Scotty.
This episode of Scotty with the Baby really showed me that it's never been Scotty with the body. It's always been Scotty with the bird brain. Because what do you mean you allow this man to sit on his platform and create this moment to show how delusional you are? You allowed him to sit there and tell you while you're carrying his child that he is prioritizing your relationship as the main relationship, alluding to...
Now, he's going around saying it's scripted. Okay.
To the fact that there's more relationships and you didn't find the nearest flight of steps and jump off of them bitches, but you don't want to be released from the shackles that you put yourself in. You wanted to change his trick ass behavior, and this baby's not changing any of that. And I fear that Lemmy is never beating these Diddy allegations, because we're seeing in real time that he is 100% playing chess with her while Scotty is playing checkers. Because I think that he knows that Scotty has been perceiving her brand as Scotty with the body and not as anything other than that. And now moving forward, she's always going to be known as Lemmy's baby mama or Scotty with the baby. And she perceived herself to be this woman.
She not lying, because a lot of people are feeling like Scotty... he's trying to humble her.
At the end of the day. So somebody telling me to shut up, that's like me telling them to shut up. Why are you commenting on my page? I wouldn't say that to anybody though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, okay, you gave your opinion, you told me to shut up. But at the same time, you're not even paying attention.
Yes.
It's cool. You're not listening, Scotty.
She don't be listening to
Hello?
him.
Are you there? You're like completely...
I told you I'm with my family.
Okay, we'll talk.
And
Let's talk
they're
later
moving
then.
around.
That's fine. We can talk later. But it's cool. We'll talk. That's not a good look. I'm just saying I don't think it's a good look on live.
See, look at you. You're getting frustrated.
Because they're like, we have no... Fine, fair enough. You don't have to have this. I'm not. It's fine.
What are you saying, Lens?
We just both agreed that we're gonna go on live and talk about the show, promote it, do all this stuff, and you're having side conversations.
I didn't know we were talking about comments. I'm not having side conversations. I'm telling them not to touch my stuff.
I know, but I was having real conversations, and you just started like having...
I can hear you. I heard you.
Okay, now I'm controlling now because I asked you to unmute. Okay, I give up. I'm over it. You know what? I'm falling back. You're right.
Y'all need to leave my man alone. I can't see the comments.
Listen,
the comments are not working for me.
It's okay. I see him. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to blurring myself. I'm gonna let this see. I'm gonna let. No, for real. No, it's okay. I'm gonna blur myself, or I won't put myself in the show. I'll let this show play out how it's gonna play. And yes, I'll do what they want. That's what you guys asked for. You guys will not see me commenting or posting statements.
Oh, you're gonna be in the show.
No, I'll be in the show, but I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna blur yourself out.
They asked me to stop being on camera. I did it for you. I did it for you. So we showed them a different dynamic. I'm not gonna put myself out there on these lives. I'll fall back from going live.
Lemmy, why are you like being negative though right now? Like, why is it like, why do you have to be negative? You're caring so much about other people's opinion. Like, you're the boss, you're the man. Like, stop worrying about what they have to say. They can't change shit.
It's not about worrying. I'm not worried. These are people, right? They're people. They're humans. These are people just like you and I. We're not on some high throne. So if we are,
I'm not saying that.
Right. So you say, when you say things like they don't matter, who cares what they say?
I didn't say they don't matter. I said that their opinion does not matter.
But I'm saying their opinion does matter. It does matter. We can agree. We can agree to disagree respectfully.
I can't hear you.
At the end of the day. So somebody telling me to shut up, that's like me telling them to shut up. Why are you commenting on my page?
Let me get some more people perspective. It's one person I'm looking for. I don't know where she at. Oh, hold on. Let me see.
I actually wanted this bag, Lemmy.
Did you really?
Yes.
Let me see.
I thought that was your style.
Beautiful. It's just like the white one, but reverse.
And it's bigger.
Have y'all seen the Chanel part, a turtle? They actually do have one with a turtle Chanel. Like
Mom, get your mom in there.
Mom.
Guys, Mama T right here. Turtle on here.
Child.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You my woman, and them other hoes is tricks. I make love to you, I want to be with you, but I fuck other females from time to time. I don't know why, I just do it. That's the situation. You feel better now? That's some honesty for your ass. Deal with it.
Exactly what he told her. I mean...
So I'm still watching Scotty with the baby. And what you can honestly tell from this whole situation that she's having with Lemmy on the couch, Lemmy doesn't like commitment. Lemmy low-key groomed her at a young age. Because look at the timeline. Lemmy's about to be 40 in April, right? Of next month. Scotty was probably 24, maybe 23 when she first got to bag. And their conversation is about how he's saying it's not enough right now. I'm not just thinking about myself. I'm thinking about for the baby. There's a greater conversation that they're having right now. And they're definitely talking in code. The reason why Scotty is upset that Lemmy is not around, it's not because he just can't be. It's not that he wants to. The only conversation that they were having is simply because the young lit lifestyle, the bags, the trips, sneaking around, that the initial excitement that a young woman has before turning like 25, 26, that stuff amused her. She liked the $10,000 bag. She liked the expensive trip. She liked having the priority, having the secret. It's exciting. Now that she's older and she definitely has a baby now, she's starting to realize that he doesn't like commitment. He definitely love the fact that she didn't like commitment at first either. Now that she wants it because she's older and she cognitively understands what's going on, she's like, so then why am I here? Like, and that's why they're having so many just issues with each other, because he does not want to settle down at all. At 40 years old, he's like, I'm still finding myself. You know, I like to have autonomy. He's essentially saying that you knew my terms prior to us getting here at this point in time right now. But for you to ask me to change is OD, which makes no sense because you don't like commitment. You like freedom of autonomy, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have her have your child and you have no inclination, no priority into just doing what she wants. This is something that you were messing with for X amount of years. You know, you took full accountability that you were the homewrecker of your previous relationship with Janisha. All right, cool. But now that your main priority relationship that you say that she wants 100% of you all the time, you say, oh, it's because of work, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, bro, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to realize that Scotty was always going to get older. Her at 24 is not her the same time at 28, 29, however old she is now. She understands what's going on now. And Lemmy is not trying to give her that freedom of autonomy to really say, you know what, the reason why all this stuff was happening is because you were young, you were lit, you were turned, and you liked the exciting stuff. But now he's looking at her, he's like,
child, it's a mess. All right, listen, the crazy girl back live. I'm finna come back in. Yeah, he working on putting another baby. Exactly. But that is my thoughts. I want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back at 2:40. We finna talk about this heifer going crazy about this Tay man. I see y'all in the next.